Hi, Peeps. Welcome back to the Planti Pod. I'm Josh.
And I'm Zohra.
And we are your amazing Planti hosts. Zohra, how have you been? How are you?
Good. I'm good. I'm so excited for this episode.
Episode 2?
Yes.
Episode 2. Thank you for all of those of you who tuned in. I don't know which camera I'm looking at, but you might even be listening to this and it doesn't matter. So who cares? Episode 2. And we're going to do some things where we actually get into topics now, which is exciting because I feel like thank you for the well reception of episode 1. But I get that for some people you'd be like, girl, where's the meat of the sandwich? Because I'm just getting bread. I'm getting toppings. I'm not getting any real meat. You can't really do that in an intro episode.
This is the real first episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Zohra, what are we gonna talk about today?
Today we're going to be counting down our 5 recommended plants for beginners.
Okay. Yes, we are doing best 5 plants for beginners. We're gonna do a little game out of it though, because we want it to be interesting. I don't want it to be boring. And we're going to actually count backwards. And both Zohra and I made a list. So number 5 would be still obviously very, very much recommended, but it wouldn't be our most recommended. Number 1 would be our most recommended. So we'll start with 5. We're going to see if we have any overlap on our list. We'll find out. And yeah, I think all of these plants, though, just safe to say, would be suitable for anybody. So these are not just like, oh, I own a few plants and I want to get another. These could be like first time plants, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm super keen to share our list and see if we have any of the same. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, well, who do you want to go first?
I'm happy to go first. So my number 5 plant is an Aglaonema Lady Valentine.
Okay.
So I feel like when a lot of people get into plants, they want something colorful and fun and pink and reds and purples and all those really fun colors. And the issue is a lot of those plants are not easy to care for. They're really not the hardiest. They crisp easy. They like to stay wet, but not too wet. Aglaonema to me are like the most low maintenance option you can get for a plant that injects a lot of color into your home. Lady Valentine, especially because it's like the pinks, the reds, the mottled greens, the creamy hues. Like it is just.
I always hear you saying to customers, if you're someone who wants to look like you have flowers in your home,
yeah,
Aglaonema Lady Valentine.
Yes, sorry to all the florists out there, but I'm like, flowers do die unless you're actually growing them in soil, and even then they don't last forever. Aglaonema Lady Valentine, she is forever.
She's timeless.
She's like diamonds are forever. Aglaonema Lady Valentine is forever.
Put that on a shirt.
Yep, done. It's off to the press as it goes. All right, what's your number 5?
Okay, my number 5, kind of similar in terms of like I wanted to have something colorful. I'm gonna say Philodendron Painted Lady.
Okay. Yeah.
So something, I just think Philodendron's super easy to care for. Very similar care to if you're going to start a collection. A lot of people have a lot of philodendrons. I think that the Philodendron Painted Lady is very pretty, has interesting foliage. I love it.
Yeah, I get that. That was one that I got years ago, and I've had it forever in my collection. We get them in the shop pretty regularly, and I feel like it's like because you've got like your Congos, like the more green philodendron, and those are fine. They're not my personal favorite because they're just not like flashy enough. And I think when people are getting into plants again, they want flashy and the like literal like painted strokes on the foliage. Gorgeous.
Yeah, like
Gorgeous.
Kind of marbly, creamy. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Love. Okay, so number 4.
Go.
My number 4, Peperomia obtusifolia variegated. There's a lot of Peperomia obtusifolia, but really any of them, the variegated one, we'll put a photo up.
Yep.
Thank you, Zohra, for putting said photo up.
Yeah.
Is really super duper hardy, tolerant in high light, low light. Because it's thick and waxy, it holds a lot of moisture in its foliage. So if you're somebody who's like, don't really know when to water and I'm scared I'm going to be in underwater, I'm like, she'll be fine. Where a lot of beginner plants, I don't feel like you can say that about. These guys like pretty hardy. Very rarely do I ever see them like even in like doctor's offices. They're not in bad shape, or like office buildings. You can see them a lot of places, but I feel like it's just a classic. Is it the most exciting plant? No. But if you get the variegated ones, I think you can get like the creamy colors through it. So that is the obtusifolia variegata, but you could get like the jade version. You could get, what's the other one? Red Edge. Yep, that's another one. Any of those in that family, I think are just super easy to care for.
Yeah, super low maintenance. Love those. My number 4, I am going to say any variety of a snake plant. Yeah, look, I was debating on putting this in the list because I feel like if you Google what is a beginner-friendly plant, everyone will say Sansevieria snake plant. It's one of the ones, but I wanted to bring attention to it because I wanted to say like, you don't have to get the like normal, most traditional
Yeah,
one.
the green with the yellow.
Yeah, like some people don't like that. When I first got into plants, I was like, what is I kind of wasn't the
I
biggest
get why
fan.
people might not like them because
Yeah.
they're like, oh, they're boring. And like, they're not like, because like, you don't get the satisfaction of like a vining plant where you see
Yeah.
like constant new leaves. Like a
Yeah.
snake plant is like a more slow and steady.
Yes.
But I think when you're a beginner, that is what you need
Yes.
in your plant care more than anything. You need a plant that is just like, yeah, she's not going to show you every day she's doing something. But in 6 months, you're going to look back and be like, oh, she is like twice as big as she
Yeah,
was.
let her exist. Yeah, exactly. It's so satisfying. And a lot of people need to learn about watering and stuff and not over watering. And I feel like a snake plant is a really great way to bring focus to that.
Yep.
Like I was saying, you don't need to get the one. There's moonshines, there's whale fins. Love whale fins, variegated whale fins. So many. What's the other one?
There's some different like styles of how they grow as well. Like you can get
Yes.
some that are more cylindrical, some that grow in more of like a rosette pattern, some that grow like the whale fin where it is like a single stalk and then they'll sprout up more later. But yeah, they also can be divided. So you can like snap the stem inside the pot when you're repotting and like turn one into two versus having to learn how to like propagate in water. You can propagate them in water. I do find they are a little slow to propagate in water. But yeah, I think there's something to say about the reliable snake plant. I will continue to preach it. And light. The light is the other thing. Because obviously I feel like when you're getting into plants, you want to find things that are more low light tolerant. Because I think people either put their plants like roasting in a west facing window and they get burnt to a crisp. Or they put it in like the bathroom that has no windows. And they're like, is this enough light? And I'm like, can you read a book in there without turning a light on? No, then your plant is not going to be happy.
Yeah, definitely. So what's your number 3?
My number 3, controversial, but I don't think it is. Also, when I explain it, it is a fern, a rabbit's foot fern.
Okay.
So these are ferns that we carry in the shop all the time. Love them, love them. They grow the little fuzzy rhizomes. So some people who are not so spidery don't like those. I think they're fine. I think they're cute. They will like crawl over the edge of the pot. Zohra will have put a photo up so you can kind of see what it looks like.
Yeah.
Despite her not liking that aesthetic. But what I will say is they are the hardiest of ferns. So here in the shop in Fishwick, we don't bring a ton of ferns in because most people, I feel like it's setting them up for failure. Because you're like, here's your maidenhair fern. See you back in 4 weeks when it's dead. Where I feel like rabbit's foot fern, they give you the like really delicate, whimsical, soft, light foliage you're looking for in a fern. But I've had one for almost, actually over 5 years now. And there are periods, even in the warmer months in my home, where I'm watering it like every 3 to 4 weeks, which is unheard of. Because most people are like, does it need to be in the bathroom? Does it want a lot of humidity? Like they instantly think like Tasmanian jungle, like really humid and wet and boggy. And like, that's how it survives. I'm like, they're pretty happy just in like ambient humidity in your home.
Yeah, that's like succulent level watering sometimes. Like seriously, they're really impressive. I agree. They do have that delicate foliage, which I love. The little spidery things do get me a little bit. So if you're not into that, obviously there are other ones you can go for, but they are gorgeous. And when they are nice and bushy and full, love them.
Yeah.
Love them.
Yeah. Rabbit's foot fern. Yes. Get on it.
Get on it. Okay. My number 3. Yes, my number 3 is a jewel orchid.
Oh, cute.
Ludicea discolor. Is that it?
Yeah. Well, there's a few different ones out there. Yeah.
Okay, I'll say jewel orchid. I also thought this would be kind of controversial because if I say the word orchid, people might be like, orchid? Yeah, we're not talking about those flowering. No. I mean, it does flower.
You're not grabbing an orchid at Kohl's after you do your grocery shopping. These are not the orchids we're talking about here.
Yeah, when I put a photo up, people will be like, oh. Yeah. So, yeah, they're very interesting. I think, again, interesting foliage. Actually super easy for our Canberra climate. In my experience, I actually got one from Josh. Like when we first met, he was like, do you want this? Like he posted,
do you want this?
No, I think I had messaged you. You had it on like the Canberra like indoor plant group. And I was like, she's cute. I got it off Josh and it was just, it's in the same mix.
This would have been like 3 years ago. Yeah. If not longer. Yeah.
In the same mix that it has been. So I should repot it. But it's honestly, it just goes nuts. Like I barely do anything about it. Like sometimes I forget it and then I look back and I'm like, wait, she's so easy, she's so hardy, and an interesting foliage that isn't just like your normal kind of what you would expect when someone says an orchid. But
yeah, very different growth pattern than most indoor plants because it is technically an orchid, but fully grown for its foliage. The flowers are the most unimpressive thing in the world.
I cut them off.
I cut them off as soon as the blooms come out. I don't even let them come to like full bloom. I'm just like, you gotta go, sweets. It's time.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with them. Obviously, we get them in the shop because I literally bring them in and propagate them. I have some at home that I've propagated.
Mm-hmm.
The one that Zohra has, the Ludicia Discolor Spider-Man that I gave you, I think,
Mm-hmm.
I got 5 years ago at a Jungle Collective, which if
Yeah.
you're not familiar, here in Australia, there was a company, and I think they still exist. They like bounced around between like Canberra, Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, the Gold Coast, and they do these like plant pop-ups, and they had a fairly bad reputation for like the quality of their plants. Mine I've had for 5 years from them. Moment of vulnerability. It is still in the same mix I bought it in my kitchen, under a cabinet. Yeah, very easy to care for.
Yeah.
So, and they're really interesting, and I love them. I have a tattoo of a Makota's Patola, so it literally is like the lightning bolt, like greeny one.
Yep.
Yeah, love.
They're
Very good
gorgeous.
choice.
Yeah.
Very good choice. I think all of you thought we were gonna be like snake plant, peace lily.
Yeah.
And then we
yeah.
were just like, surprise.
Let me give you some weirdos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that said though, my number 2
Mhm.
is a domino peace lily.
You're like, I don't care about peace
We would
lilies.
never say peace lilies. And then I'm like, yes, a domino peace lily. So, okay. So the reason, let me get behind this and explain. I think you're going to fully understand and agree. But for me, peace lilies are very talkative. Like they will tell you when they need something, they will droop and look sad and everything that happens there. And realistically, you need that when you're a new plant parent. You need plants that like give you signs that they need something.
Yep.
And that doesn't happen with all plants. And then a domino peace lily just gives you a little more interest than like the hospital gift shop green peace lily or like the one you see like in your Westfield, like in all the pots. So yeah, domino peace lily, cute little white. You could realistically, if you want to spend a little more, go for something like a sensation variegated. You could go for a Picasso, but dominoes, I think Jet Diamond, which is like the more higher variegation version, they're the same thing oftentimes. They're quite affordable. We get 200 millimeter pots in, and I think we have them for 34 or 36 Australian. So yeah, quite affordable.
They're great, and they have like nice little crinkly leaves. I love them. That's a great recommendation, honestly, because like we said, yeah, a lot of people, it kind of is like a hospital plant, just the normal, not hating. It's a great plant to start, but yes, the talkativeness of a peace lily is so good for a beginner plant parent, and it'll last you so long.
Yep.
Okay, so my number
2.
Oh my gosh. Okay. My number 2 is also a fern. Again,
I already probably know which one.
Yes, I know, because we only carry 2 in the shop because we're so, well, for the most part, because we're so passionate about these 2. If you're going to go for a fern, are so hardy.
The beginners.
The beginner fern.
And I know you just bought one.
I did. I have 2.
Yeah.
I did. It is a blue star fern.
Love
her so much. So hardy, has this very like nice blue tinge, interesting kind of foliage. Again, I clearly am like big on the foliage, like being kind of different or interesting. My blue star fern, both of them are so happy. Again, it's a fern. You wouldn't think so. A lot of people are like, do I need it in a grow cabinet? Like, do I need to kind of mist it?
Or they think it needs to almost like hang in their shower.
Yeah, no.
Or like it must want to be wet 24/7.
They're like, do I need to move into a rainforest?
Also, side note, really quick, for all those of you out there who are probably asking, like our customers, they're like, I need a humidity loving plant for my bathroom. Just a quick preface, and this will probably be clipped and put on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube because this is important. Your bathroom humidity spikes only for like while you're in the shower, and then it is gone within like 10 or 15 minutes. Unless you have a really poorly ventilated home, that humidity is like fully back to normal. I had a hygrometer in my bathroom when I got into plants for this exact reason. Baby, that humidity was gone within like 10 minutes of me turning the shower off. So it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, you learned the truth really quickly.
I was like, damn. I was like, I feel like every fake article on Google is lying to me now.
Same with misting. Yeah. Same thing. You can mist it, maybe increases the humidity for like 2 seconds. Unless you're like misting your plant all the time, it's not worth it. But that's a whole other thing. But when it comes to blue star ferns, they, again, ambient humidity, so easy. Like it goes crazy. They have these little tendrils that kind of unfurl. Very satisfying to see them grow. I adore them. Mine's also in the mix that it came in.
You need to put a clip in of the one you just bought.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
it'll be right here because huge.
Everyone needs to see. So you'll see why I'm recommending the blue star fern, and it's so easy.
Yeah.
Okay. So that brings us to your number 1, which is super exciting.
So my number 1, if you know anything about me, if you've been to my home, this should not be a surprise. And again, I think this might be one you were like, that's boring. But these are not meant to be the most exciting plants. Marble Queen Pothos.
Yep.
Pothos in general, Devil's Ivy, whatever you want to call them, are like such a rewarding plant when you're getting into plants. You can learn to propagate with them very easy. They vine and trail, so you get the gratification of seeing growth in a plant. But to me, Marble Queen is like the most stunning option that is still easy. And I say that because Mandula is also really pretty.
Yes.
But I find the white can brown sometimes if it's too much white on a leaf and they're slower growers. Snow Queen, similarly, you can get browning more. Marble Queen, she just gets it. She's the icon. We'll definitely have a video up here of, I'll send a little video in of mine. Because I have a giant one in my living room. I've had it for 5 years and I bought it. Maybe had 3 growth points. And I have chopped this plant so many times. If you've ever been in my home and I've given you a plant cutting, you probably have a cutting of this. We have cuttings of it in the shop. I have sold propagation vessels I've made with cuttings of this plant over the years. I love it. It's just so hardy. You cannot beat it. Honestly, the variegation can be like off-white, creamy golden, the green. You get some leaves that are mostly white with like green flecks through them. So pretty. And if you grow it up like a trellis or a pole, the leaves can size up. The one I have at home, the leaves are like can be as big as my hand on it, and it's not on a moss pole. People grow them on moss poles, not probably for your beginners out there, but it literally looks like a Monstera alba leaf when it's grown on a moss pole.
I was gonna say, like, it's kind of like a little cheat code to like people who really want those variegation, like variegated heartleaf philodendrons or an albo. Like, get a Marble Queen. It's so good. When I first walked into Josh's house, I was like, who is she? Like, I mean, I knew who she was. I was
Who's
like,
this diva?
Yeah, she was gorgeous. I hadn't seen them that big before. It goes up a trellis and then comes down trailing again. They grow so well. I absolutely adore them. And again, really, really cute, so easy to look after.
Oh, you can grow them in water?
Yes.
Yeah, grow them in water. You can grow them in like chunky and funky mix. You can grow them semi-hydro, which I'm like, girl, that's too complicated. Not for a Marble Queen. Do that with your alocasias. But yeah, I think there's just so much opportunity with that. So, it's Marble Queen.
Kind of like a lot of people, again, when we're breaking up those like articles of beginner plant parent things, what would you get? A lot of people would say a golden pothos. I would say on the flip side, Marble Queen will be your kind of.
I see your pothos golden Orium, and I raise you a Marble Queen.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're gonna go one better.
Great number one.
Thank you.
I think that's such a all-encompassing number one plant suggestion. Now me. Okay, mine's kind of not as exciting as yours because that was like really good. I'm gonna say a Rhaphidophora tetrasperma.
Okay. Yeah.
Because
I can see the reason you would have picked this, especially with everything I just said about the Marble Queen.
Precisely. I think it is adorable. It has like aerial roots as well, so you can choose if you really do want to stake it up or put it on like a moss pole in the future, but you can also, it just clings onto anything,
your drywall, your paint.
It'll take your paint off. But no, it's so lovely. It looks, a lot of people think it's a mini because they call it a mini monstera. I believe it's a philodendron as well.
I've seen philodendron. Is it minima that it's been marketed as? Rhaphidophora, I think, is the technical one. Yeah, but it just depends. Growers be growing. Yeah, they do their thing.
So yeah, it's got that kind of similar look to a monstera. When you're a beginner, you look at it and you might be like, wait, is that like a little one of that? It's not. It's this whole other thing. It has, I just think it's so cute because it's like a little, it's tiny and little, but it's also like so lush. It grows quickly, very high reward plant. I love it so much. Also talkative. It has that like kind of thick stem that you can look, if it's kind of wrinkly, you're like, oh, she might need a drink. Love it. Very like rewards you for looking after it.
Yeah.
Love it.
I think very good choice. Very fast growing. Yeah, and you can do a lot with it. And another one that I think you could grow in water just fine.
Yes, I'm growing one in water. I now have a variegated one that you gave me, actually. It's so easy to propagate. So easy to propagate. Josh put his in perlite, and it just took off. And he gave it to me, and I was like,
perlite and Clonex.
Yeah.
They are like the winning combination for any of these. If you're beginning propagating, it's $20 for a bottle. Get a bag of perlite. We've got the jumbo perlite that's like literally $5 for like a 2-liter bag, I think.
It'll change your life.
That's your propagation method win.
Yeah, it immediately actually started growing new growth even from the propagation, like a new leaf, not just the roots. It's so good.
Yeah.
Love it so much. And now I have a variegated one. So they do come in variegated ones, but I'm just going to say for a beginner, just your normal green Rhaphidophora tetrasperma. Love it. Okay, so that's our top 5.
I mean, top 10 because we had nothing in
Yes.
common.
Right, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
we didn't
We
have
gave you
anything.
10 plants, people.
There you
that
go.
If you are watching this or a friend has sent this to you and we're like, baby, your house is not green enough. Here are 10 options for you. And yeah.
That's great. Like, honestly, we share the same brain cell like 50% of the time.
Oh, yes.
I was
No,
like,
I think we
"We're gonna
both have
this."
one brain cell and we're rubbing the 2 brain cells together to try to like get a spark of an idea.
Right. Okay. And I was like, oh, we're gonna have the same list.
Yeah.
But
I really thought we were going to have 2 or 3 in common.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
we got a really good variety. So hopefully that was helpful.
I think it was helpful.
Yeah, surely.
I say that. Did you find it helpful?
Please
leave us a comment.
let
Let
us
us
know.
know.
Mhm.
Let us know if you have any questions about these plants. If you get one of these plants based on our recommendation, send us a photo. I want to see it. I am
Mhm.
nosy. I would like to see the plant that you get.
Yes.
And then if you need any supplies to take care of these plants, obviously you can shop with us at Planti Peeps. We ship Australia wide. You can use the code PlantiPod10. We'll do a little ding across the screen so you can see it, but it's obviously in the description box if you're watching this on YouTube. And if you're watching or listening to this, it's in the podcast description as well. And yeah, Planti Pod 10% off anything at Planti Peeps on your first order. And that includes plants. So come get a plant. We have
Yeah.
some of these in the shop right now. We have some of these that come and go, plant variety changes, but we are always happy to help you if you're here in Canberra and we're like, I want to pick the perfect one of these beginners that you mentioned.
Yeah.
Come see us.
Amazing.
Well, Zohra, thanks so much as always.
Thank you.
And I'll catch you in the next step.
Bye.